Hi guys, it's Mimi Icy, and today guys, we're not going to do the regular intro today because if you guys saw already, we are going to be pretending we are in a Vogue Beauty Secrets video. I'm going to bring you guys through my skincare and makeup routine, so let's get started. So we're gonna start with my Bio Clear cleanser. It is from a private label. Most of my products are from a private label because before I knew I was gonna go to college, I knew I've always wanted to create a skincare line, and I read that you can try samples from a private label. So I've been using this private label called Pravada, and I'm gonna start with the Bio Clear cleanser, which is blemish prone. I would say I would have normal skin, but I used to have really bad acne, so I do use blemish prone products most of the time. I didn't take skincare seriously till I was like 14. My mom would buy me and my sisters all these like scrub and cleansers. After that, we would just put on Vaseline. That's before I knew about the toners and the serum and everything else. Next step is their blemish prone toner. I feel like that's it. And for a little bit, we're gonna go in with their hydrating rose water mist. This is perfectly good for girls who have dry skin, who are trying to hydrate. Now I'm gonna go in with this and roll up on my face, not up and down. I found out when you roll only up, it gets your blood flow going, rejuvenates your skin, and actually gives me that contour that I want right there, and go on over my forehead. Now we're gonna apply my serum. Remember, a little goes a long way. And we're gonna take it into the neck too. That's done. We're gonna use Pravada's anti-blemish moisturizer. Now, final step, we are gonna be putting on a little bit of oil. This is their Renewal Dry Oil. This is for the dark spots. And you can see this bottle is really small because it is a sample, so we're gonna rub it a little bit on my hand and just put a few drops. Alright guys, that's it for my skincare routine. You guys see how a little bit of those tiny products have got your girl glowing and everything. Now we're gonna get into the makeup. Okay, so first we're gonna add our primer. We're gonna use the Maybelline Master Prime. I never took priming seriously when I first started to put on makeup. I thought only for makeup you'd only have to tone and moisturize your skin, so I would just take my astringent that I had and the moisturizer that I had and put on my makeup, but when I did that, I noticed my pimples were starting to come back. So I was like, girl, just let me get the primer. Now we're gonna start with the brows, of course. I'm gonna be using my Anastasia Beverly Hills brow pomade in the granite color. When it comes to brows, it really depends on how I'm feeling. Sometimes it'll take me like 10 to 20 minutes on my brows because I feel like it is that most important part. It's one of those most important parts of doing your makeup. We've all heard that saying, eyebrows are sisters, not twins, but I am just gonna try to get them as even as I can. sometimes on my brows, one might be a little bit too lighter than the other, or another one might be a little bit too higher than the other. Now, this is a trick of mine that I do occasionally on my brows. If I see I have a little excess that's not on my brows, I like to take a makeup wipe and just wipe the excess right here. You guys see that? Okay, now that we're done with the brows, we're gonna take the Maybelline Super Stay Concealer in the shade 57, and we're gonna clean the brows up and prep for my eyeshadow. Now we're gonna use the Maybelline Fit Me powder in the shade Medium Deep. We're gonna take whatever's on the top. Alright guys, so as you guys can see, I did change bathrooms because my sisters just started playing music downstairs and I did not want to get copyrighted. So, but as you guys can see, I am putting on lip balm. That's what I forgot to do after I did my face, to let it soak in while I am doing my makeup. But we're gonna get back into the process. So my favorite part, we're gonna do eyeshadow. This is the MAC Flame Buoyant eyeshadow palette. It's this light brown color called Dada Issues, and just warm my eyes up. When it comes to eyeshadow, I just really love it, especially like the shimmery or smoky looks. But when it comes to eyeshadow, I really don't use like two things to get a good color. I use about one thing to get the good color. I just put it all in my crease. You know, I think we're gonna keep Dada Issues and we are gonna add a little bit of shimmer. In fact, we're gonna take this dark brown shimmery shade called La Vida Mocha. You guys see that? A little bit of shimmer for a quick little eye look. I'm gonna take the same makeup wipe that I used for my brows and just wipe the excess off. Now it is time for lashes, but before we do lashes, I'm gonna use my mascara Lights Camera Lashes by Tarte. I remember when I first started wearing makeup, I used to go crazy for mascara because I thought it would literally make my lashes longer. That's before I knew about falsies and everything else. One of my friends, she would always have her falsies on when she came to school. And I'm like, girl, what mascara did you use? I'm like, nah, these are falsies, girl. You didn't know about falsies? And I'm like, no, I didn't know about falsies. But me having strict parents, they wouldn't let me wear falsies till quarantine first started. That's when I turned 16. Now we're gonna use a lash comb just to comb through my lashes, separate them a little bit. Now we're gonna take my lash glue by Kiss and we're gonna put these lashes on that I bought from Shein. And now we're gonna put it on the eye. This is where I really start sweating, y'all, because I do not want to get it on this perfect eyeshadow or have it falling off and it being visible to anybody and nobody telling me. Like this one time I was walking around school, and when I went to the bathroom, I saw that my lash was literally almost off. It wasn't really at the tip, but it was like lifted a little bit. I'm like, how come nobody be telling me? Let me at least know so I can at least adjust it a little bit. Some people may use tweezers, but I feel like it's more easier just to use your hands. Just make sure they're clean before you do anything. Lash comb again and just make sure and comb through the falsies. Okay. Finally get to the face. So foundation, we're gonna use the Maybelline Superstay in 360 Mocha. We're just gonna put it on my face. And let me go smoothly on top of my brows, you guys. I think I forgot to do that when I finished with the concealer. An important thing about blending your foundation, no matter if it's your color or not, blend it down to your neck and into your hairline because you do not want people to be seeing a line that you may not see. Now for my second favorite part, concealer for coverage. A lot of people like to highlight with their concealer. Me personally, I don't. When I use concealer, I want to make sure it matches. It goes great with my foundation when I blend it in. And another thing with your concealer, after you're done applying it where you want to, you gotta work fast because this thing tends to dry quick. Like I said, when I first started doing makeup, I left my concealer on for almost a few minutes just so I could do my brows. But when I tried to blend it in, it took me almost 20 minutes to blend everything in. And I'm just gonna go in with a little bit more concealer to cover any little spots that I do not appreciate being there. Now that we are all greased up, we're gonna set it with the powder. A dry sponge because I feel like that just works better with powder because it is dry. Now, when it comes to powder, I usually just press it in my skin. But when I bake, I usually bake after my contour. When I first started doing powder, I would bake under my eyes, but after I would swipe it, I used to think, oh my God, I just wiped all my makeup off. I would wipe everything off and just use the foundation, concealer all over again and just bake my contour. So as you can see, my face is a little lighter than my body, which is okay because we're about to go in with the True Complexion Black Radiance Contour. I always use the medium dark, so of course we gotta start with the contour. And for contour, I start with the important parts first, which is the cheekbone. I learned how to do makeup by watching a lot of tutorials, of course, and Vogue was most of them. I would watch the Kardashians mostly, and I remember Kim Kardashian saying to make it through like this, that, and down. This, like this, and this. But I'd like to start with the most important parts first. You know you best, and you know what you like, and just see what works for you. Now for forehead, guys, like I said, you always gotta get into the hairline. Now that we're done with the contour, this is a trick I learned when I was watching Kylie Jenner do it. I'm gonna bake this. I find that when you do that, it does shape your face. I gotta make sure everything's even because one time my mom caught me. She said, "Don't you think your cheek is a little too higher than your other?" While I am baking, I am gonna do my nose contour, which is another part of the routine that stresses me out because sometimes I think that in photos I'm looking good when I do my own makeup, but when I look at the photos, I'm like, girl, what's up with the nose? So I get this, right? And this is a trick I learned when I was watching Chloe do her routine. And I take this and just go on the sides of my nose. Make the nose snatched, and okay, I'm doing good so far. I do have some days where I still like mess it up a little bit, but every day is like a learning process. I'm gonna take the retractable eyeliner by Sephora, and we're just gonna line my waterline. Now for under eyeshadow, we're gonna use Data Issues again. Now we're gonna take this little yellowish white shimmery color, what's the pointillism, and put it in the corner of my eyes. I'll put some bottom mascara. Now I baked, so we're gonna take this big fluffy brush and wipe the powder off. Now back to the Black Radiance palette. We have this little sculpt thing in the middle, and I'm gonna use it as a bronzer. it just for a little bit of blending. Now it's time for blush. I'm gonna use the Black Radiance in the color Brick House, a purplish pink type of color. One thing I learned from watching Vogue videos, you always want to smile when you're putting on your blush because you'll know exactly where it goes. Not just here, but also up on the cheek. I used to hate blush. I would just do contour, bronzer, and highlight, but I love blush, to be honest, now because I think it just gives your makeup like a little bit of happiness. Now, time for highlighters. I use two highlighters. I use the Radiance Complexion Highlight, and I use this highlighter called KC Coin Highlight. I got this from my teacher as a graduation gift. So we're gonna start with the True Complexion Highlight. It's more like a bronze. I apply it with a brush first, then I use my finger to blend it out. And I'll use my finger just to highlight my Cupid's bow and my nose. And my chin a little bit. Now for the KC coin, with this, you have to be really careful, y'all, because it will glow, y'all. It will glow. So I like to do this, put it out on my hand a little bit, and just go. So when it comes to lips, I usually like a brown, black, or a purple shade, any like dark outline. So today I'm gonna be using the Pewdier in a purple shade. I got this from Shein. So we're gonna outline my lips. And I'm gonna rub my lips together a little bit. And I'm gonna overline my bottom lip a little bit. Now for the lipstick, we're gonna use L'Oreal Paris in the shade 133. Final part, gloss, we're gonna be using the Coconut Oil Broadway Lip Gloss. And we're just gonna use a little bit, just to doll up like this much. And just add that. Now, final step, we're gonna be using setting spray. This is the LA Girl Setting Spray Fix and Set Makeup for extended wear. Now, when it comes to hair, I do be wearing wigs most of the time, but I will embrace my natural hair. Wigs is actually the way I take care of my natural hair. As long as I'm, putting oil on it in my natural hair every night, y'all, my hair has been growing ever since I started wearing wigs, y'all. All right, y'all, this is the finished look. Low budget Vogue glam, y'all. This is so cute, y'all. I have always dreamed of doing Vogue ever since I first started watching their beauty secrets videos. I've always dreamed of doing it. I really hope I still get to do it one day. Hopefully Vogue will see this and they'll be like, hey, Mina, we wanna put you in one of our beauty secrets videos. I really hope for that day, y'all. So prayers up, dream big, and let's keep hope alive. So that's pretty much it for this video. Love you guys, stay blessed.